Sovereign State, the podcast where we share our unfiltered opinions as a family on current events and trending topics.
Hey, welcome citizens, and thank you for listening to Sovereign State. This is your girl Queen, and this is the Ask Queen segment of the podcast, right? Today's question is, how can I do it? How can I do it? And the quote that I have today for you guys is very strong. I loved it. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I have it here on a sticky. I actually took it from my office. I have it on the wall. I have a whole bunch of stickies with quotes on them to remind me, just affirmations to remind me of a lot. Okay. To keep going, to keep pushing, to keep striving for whatever it is that I want. And so one of them that I have here is a real favorite of mine. It's from Henry Ford. It's something that Henry Ford said. He said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. You heard what I said there? Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. I love it. I love it. I read it all the time. You know what I mean? And it just reminds me that if I want something, I got to go out and get it. Okay? And that's what this question is about today, is how can I do it? How can you do it? Well, I'm going to start off with saying that the biggest setback that people have is themselves. So you just got to believe in yourself. All right? When you say I can do it, oh man, you can do it. So stop holding yourself back. You know what I mean? Because self-doubt and fear of the unknown is actually what keeps people from moving forward. All right. A lot of ignorance, a lot of fear, a lot of unknown things are out there, and we're just scared. Right. So this keeps us from moving forward. We want to stay content. We want to stay in our bubble. What we know is what works. So, hey, this is where I'm going to stay. Right. But you got to find a way to believe in yourself. And this believing in yourself will get rid of uncertainties in the world. Any uncertainties that you have will go away if you just believe in yourself. Okay? If you believe in a higher being and something higher, then use this faith to guide you through whatever it is that's holding you back. Right? So just believe, be strong, be real about that faith, and it should guide you. That strength should guide you. So there's going to be times where you will feel like you're in a tunnel and you don't see an exit. So you want to turn around to just realize that if you use this exit, that you're going back to where you came from, right? So you're going back to the same thing. So what you got to do is you got to take a leap into new possibilities. You got to overcome the hurdles. There's always going to be hurdles. There's always going to be challenges. You have to find a way around it. If you can't climb the wall, go around it, right? You have to overcome these hurdles, the pits and the challenges that make it a bit difficult to move forward, and you're going to reap the benefits eventually. It's not going to come overnight. Okay, you're gonna reap the benefits eventually. So one day when you least expect it, you're going to see a glimpse of light ahead of you, right, in that tunnel. And you're going to be motivated and determined to reach that light. That's what you got to do. Just keep going because it's going to come, all right? Your ultimate goal in life, it's not going to be accomplished overnight. Again, I just say that because it's really hard for people to understand this. I don't know why. But know that it will be reached without having insecurities and without self-loathing. Okay? This is something that I truly am big on. You are your biggest critic. You're your biggest critic. So why don't you critique greatness? Right? Why don't you critique positive things in you? Why don't you critique your beauty? Critique your skills and things of this, of this certain things like this. Do you know that failures make you better? So I'm asking you that not to be afraid to fail. If you fail, Hey, that's a step to success. I promise. If you start something and you say, oh my goodness, this didn't work out, then you know you're a step further to success. Okay? Because you have to fall first in order to realize that staying up is what works, right? So that's why failure is so great. None of the greatest people, the most successful people, just went right through, their path without failures. I promise you. So use your trials, use your misfortunes as learned lessons instead of using them as excuses to not keep going. Right? That's my message for you today. All right, so this is where I'm gonna leave it at, and this was fun. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in to the Ask Queen segment of Sovereign State. Continue to listen and tune in to our podcast. We appreciate the support. If you have any questions for me for my next Ask Queen segment, go ahead and write it to me at askqueenpodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on the social media platform, and it's Sovereign State 2 in the Twitter, and everywhere else is Sovereign State Podcast. Okay, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Sovereign State. Tune in next time for another great episode.